What's going on, brothers and sisters? It's your girl, the one and only Tay Jordan. This is episode 13 of For the Culture podcast. Thanks for your support. Thanks for listening. As always, I'm super excited because I have another dope guest I'm about to speak with today. And yeah, man, as always, I'm always bringing dope guests. This young lady, though, she is much like myself. She is a serial entrepreneur and she is just doing the damn thing in business, man. So I'm really excited to get to this interview. And she is none other than Portia. I'm sorry, I should ask you how to pronounce your last name. Is it Edmond?
No, it's Edmond. Yeah.
Edmonds. Portia
Yeah.
Edmond. Cool.
Yeah.
And Portia, she is a construction analyst by day. And overall, though, she's a serial entrepreneur. I'm really excited to get into all the businesses that she's involved in. So I'm not even going to get into bio. I just want you to get into it. So I usually start off, let me learn a little bit more about your background, where you're from, what did you go to school for? So just dive deep into your background for me.
Okay, cool. Well, so background, I'm from Dallas, Texas, born and raised. I went to North Texas. It's a college in Denton University. Major was like in geography with a minor in geology. I kind of dived into being an environmental scientist. That's my background. So I did that for a few years out in Houston, right after college, making great money. I was working for like real estate, like commercial real estate developers as a vendor. So they like developing different like properties or things of that nature for oil and gas companies, but they were still real estate developers, but just commercial. And so I would do the vending part for them as an environmental scientist to make sure everything was good, to start the construction. So that's kind of where my background is, which is also, the love of real estate too, and, things of that sort. So, yeah.
Okay, geology. So you grew up really good in science, probably, huh?
I love science. I love research. It was just a passion. That's what I love to do. Yeah. So nice. Love science. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, in terms of entrepreneurship. How did you get that? What generated that entrepreneurship bug? Were your parents entrepreneurs? How did that come about?
Not my parents. My grandfather was an entrepreneur. He was in the military. He got out. He became a master plumber. He taught like prisoners at this federal prison, kind of in the DFW area, this city called Seagoville. It's a federal prison there. He was teaching inmates there how to become master plumbers, and then start your own business, blah, 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 blah. So he did that. And then what happened was when he left the prison, of course, started his own plumbing company. He was working for a lot of real estate investors. He was networking with real estate investors, being their plumbers for like their different, apartment complexes, different things like that. And that's kind of how, I always knew about, businesses and, real estate. And it was from my grandfather, because he used to tell us that all the time when we were younger. He never would be going to work like my mom and dad. Like he just his thing, like just whatever he wanted to do. That's what my grandpa did. So that's where it came from. So my grandpa, yeah.
That's good. So at an early age, entrepreneurship was kind of normalized to you from your grandfather.
It was, but because of that generation, not even like LLCs wasn't around until like later. So it wasn't kind of like, it was like a hustle. It wasn't something that was like established, business credit, this and this and this, that came along from me learning how to do it just by getting out here, networking, learning that part. But the seed of having your own and building your own, he had employees, like he had different things like that, but it wasn't just all the way structured the correct way, if that makes sense. So,
no, yeah, I totally get it. Get it. Okay, so you mentioned a bit about, getting out there, doing a due diligence and networking yourself. Was that an undergrad or, I guess I should ask you, how old were you when you started your first business?
I was 26.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 26. Yeah, I started it, I was 26. Didn't go like really well. Like I didn't really know what I was doing. And so
that's most of us.
Yeah, I stopped, and then because I was still in Houston. So I stopped, and then just really scared. You know what I'm saying? Like scared to jump off the porch, no, guidance from anybody. It was really kind of hard to connect when I was in Houston at the time. When I moved back to Dallas for my environmental company to run the forefront in DFW, I was going to be the main environmental scientist there for them for that.
Wow.
And maybe like 3 or 4 weeks after I got there, they let me go.
Are you serious?
Why? I had moved everything back, just out of my own pockets and everything. They didn't help me pay for anything, like nothing. And so I moved back, and just like 3 or 4 weeks later, like, let me go, like all this stuff. And I went to a real estate seminar. Went to a real estate seminar that weekend. It was homecoming weekend because I didn't go to homecoming.
Wow. Talk about
real estate seminar. I know. Talk about going to the real estate seminar. I wanted to go to homecoming too because I had been back in the city, and so that was my first time back in the city, and I wanted to go to homecoming, but I didn't go to homecoming. I went to that real estate seminar, and ever since then, like, started the LLC, and I just been, been then. So like that was and I think that was like 28. I was like 28, 29. So a few years like after starting the first one, that didn't go anywhere because I was just like kind of afraid, like didn't want to really just push myself out there. And I just jumped off the porch then, like a little bit later than all the people that I follow on Twitter, like a lot of younger, like
maybe make me feel like the old head.
Yeah, they make me feel like that too. But at the same time, I learned so much from them. Like, I am just amazed by how young they are with different things. And I know they're always like, well, the internet was around like that. But I'm like, it wasn't though. Like when we were in high school, I graduated in 06.
Yeah, 06. Me too.
Yeah, like, so like it wasn't that prevalent for us to be like, to get on something and then just get all this information the way that it is now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It just wasn't like that. Now, Facebook was around.
Yeah.
I had a Facebook my senior year in high school, but it's because I went to a magnet school. I went to a Townview Magnet School, but we had college courses.
Okay.
The college courses of me being in high school, I had a college, email address. That was the only way at the time you could get on Facebook.
And at that time, it really was social networking in terms of nothing business-wise. It was just like,
correct,
making statuses. So
correct. That's MySpace and all that stuff. Like,
yeah. I didn't know we were the same class. That's cool. You used to hoop too, as well, right?
Yeah, I did. I played for I used to play for like Lincoln one year, and I played for like Madison another year because I went to Townview, so we didn't have sports. Townview didn't have sports. I don't know what area are you in?
So I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but I now reside in DC.
Okay. So yeah, Dallas, like just our magnet schools, they don't have sports, and so I've always went to magnet schools. Just a little bit better than like. Because it's a focal point. So like I only focused on at the time law. I wanted to be an attorney. But once I went to college, I changed my major to I wanted to just do like sciences. Yeah.
Okay. So coming in before you changed your major, were you pre-law or political science?
I was poli-sci. Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. That's what my minor.
I took the first poli-sci class and I was like, nope, this is not
for me. I'm happy you learned early because I ended up going to Harvard. I moved to DC to go to Harvard for law school. I dropped out after a year. I was like, this ain't for me. But that's because you learned early.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the vibes. Like, I didn't like any of that. But, like, I love geography. Like, I love geology. I have my geographic information system certification. So, I loved it. I love the people. I was the only Black person, even out of the graduating class.
Wow.
It was no Black people in that building, like the environmental science building.
That's crazy. That's Black girl magic, though. That's
yeah.
Okay, so you started your first business. A few years later, you got into real estate. So and I really want to cheers to that because, like, who's that that's always saying massive action? Take massive action. I think that's Sean Terry.
Yes. Yeah. Is it Sean Terry?
Or is that Grant Cardone?
I think it's Grant Cardone.
Okay,
I don't know. I get them so confused.
One of them.
Gurus and stuff. But yeah, one of the big gurus. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like yourself, I've gone to a seminar, and that's kind of what the bug generated in me. Like that's how I learned about wholesaling. But I didn't, like yourself, I didn't do instant applying of the knowledge that I had just learned. So you left the seminar and started your LLC. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Like, were you just like super geeks? Like, oh my goodness, I got to get it. Or how
I was super hype. So I'm an extrovert. I get my energy by people. So like I like meeting new people. Like I've been around, just great high energy people or just in a group setting, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So leaving the seminar, I was very pumped up, very hyped, met some amazing people there. They did do an upsell. I did because I'm not paying $25,000.
Oh no. Was that a Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar?
No, it wasn't a Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar. It was a what seminar was that? It was a Grove and his wife. They are based in Austin, Texas, and they travel around to like Austin, Dallas, Houston.
Oh, okay, so it's a Texas. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Texas local thing. That's his thing. So he's saying that like, hey, don't let the thin Merrills or the Rich Dad Poor Dads come in because he's from the Texas market. Like that's how
that's his selling point.
Which is he's really great. Like he really is. But their program is called the Big Dog Program, and I think it was like $20,000 to like $30,000 to get in. I was like, no, like not me. Like, so I didn't do that. But I did pay for the seminar. I took the gyms. I did a lot of research, did a lot of YouTubing, a lot of podcasting, which at that time in 2016, it was not a lot of stuff like how it's very saturated now. In the education space of wholesaling, it wasn't a lot of stuff back then. Jay Morrison, Mark Whitten, guys were really out. They had a lot of videos, and I know a lot of people talk, crap about Jay and stuff, but like just from me when I started, he was the only person on kind of like on YouTube doing this stuff at the time, and what he was teaching on that, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's how he got deals, like, like. So I don't know, but just whatever is going on with him and all these funds and all this stuff, I don't know. But
I feel you. I feel the same way. Him and Anthony Edwards, those were like the only two black people on YouTube.
Yeah, it wasn't. And Mark Whitten is out of like Baltimore, so it wasn't a lot of people that was like out back then doing what they do now. So everybody is in education of wholesaling, real estate, blah blah blah, like all this stuff, whatever. And it's just like, oh my goodness, it's so saturated with the education side, and I feel for newbies because I'm like, I literally just had a notepad, a pen or pencil, you know what I'm saying, driving my car, like that's literally what I would do, and I would just write letters back in 2017, and it's like you don't need all of this extra stuff. Now once you to do volume and you're doing all this stuff, get the systems and delegate out and hire out and all this stuff, but when I started, I just took what they said to do at that seminar, and I did it, and that's what happened. So
that's cool. So was it your first introduction? So the LLC that you started, was it based wholly on wholesaling, or what part of real estate investing did you focus on?
Well, my LLC it's a generic LLC. Like I didn't do something that said like Portia Wholesaling Company LLC. I didn't do that. It's just a generic company that I started. I went through LegalZoom. Wasn't something like super fancy or anything. I have a good friend. She's a CPA tax accountant. So she got with me and told me to go ahead and start it. She was like, if you're not making any deals or any profits yet, because I had about 7 deals that fell through before I actually closed my first deal.
Really?
And so, but she went ahead and told me to start it just so I could start focusing on the business credit. Sure. So I just did that generic name because Jay Morrison talked about it on like one of his videos, not to put those words off in there. Yeah. And
especially to establish business credit. I heard.
Right, exactly. And it's like now that I'm doing like the business credit mastery course with Irene, off Twitter, Irene doing the business.
Cleveland, Irene Day.
Yeah, exactly. I love Irene, but yeah, I'm doing the business stuff with her. That's like one of the first things she talked about, those risky names. And
Mhm.
so I'm just like, oh, well, my LLC, that I originally did, it don't have that in there. Like
Mhm.
you, what my business was, because it's like it's just a generic name, like So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're working real estate. What does that business look like today? Like what tenants, what areas of real estate investing do you work in?
So today, I do still do wholesaling, but more so for the lead generation part. Wholesaling is really just lead generation and marketing,
Hmm.
much. And then of course, negotiating and getting it under contract. But for me, I use it as a tool for me to buy, or my investors or people that are close to me or partners.
Okay.
I the lead generation part for me to purchase the properties. I don't necessarily really assign them anymore. I
Mm,
do sometimes, and sometimes I don't.
yeah.
Um, just like I said, like if I have 10 under contract, I may buy 5, I may wholesale 5.
Okay.
That's just kind of how, like how we do it. Like I have 3 under contract now. We're gonna buy all 3 of them. Like
Nice.
it's not something that I just assign all the time, because I'm like, well, no, we got plans for these because we build as well. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? Like I have the new construction, so we're like we build on these lots that we're buying. And then also, what else? The Airbnbs have flown under those. The Airbnbs, the wholesaling for the lead gen, the new construction. Yeah, and that's about it right now.
Nice.
And
Nice.
land and stuff. Yeah.
So I really wanted to talk to you about as well because back I think it was 2017 I came across this course. I don't know how I came across it. Girl, I done took so many courses.
You're a
But I
course
look at it as
junkie
an
too.
investment for yourself.
I like courses too. Like I do.
Yeah. I think the guy. Have you heard of Jack Bosch?
Jack.
He runs Land Profit Generator.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so basically that was my first introduction to land. I just was really intrigued by this course. I'm like, oh, let me check him out. And he basically wholesales land. So, but he sells the land like on
Owner finance.
owner finance and what's that site? I want to say eBay. Is it eBay? What's the other?
Sells it on eBay.
I think it is eBay. He sells the land on eBay. I was like, oh, that's
That's
different,
awesome.
right? But yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me about the land. So are you wholesaling the land? Well, I know you say you developing it as well. So I do want to talk about development.
Okay, so it depends because you have different kinds of land. So like right now, like if I'm focusing on lots, I focus on the like just the regular square footage lots, infill lots. I'll say that. That's the proper term. It's called an infill lot.
Okay.
So I'll buy or wholesale like these infill lots. But I'm also like my lead generation that I do, or that I'm training, I've trained people to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
When we're lead generating, we're also looking for acreage of land.
Mm.
So acreage of land is because I want to get into the land leasing that, Josh and B and all of those guys talk about.
Yeah.
I want to get into some of that stuff. So like we do the lead gen for the acreage. And we also do lead gen for acreage when, just to sell to people. I mean, it's like hunting land you can put on a land lease. It's different things, but also like right now we have like a lead for the 100 acres, you know what I'm saying, in a city a little bit outside of Dallas. And so it's just like the 100 acres that could be developed, because for 1 acre you can put 5 houses on it.
Wow.
So to have 100 of it, that's a really good deal. So
Yeah, that's good. So how did you learn about that? Was that your seminar as well that taught you about the land?
No, land just kind of came about. Land when I could say, okay, so when my 7 deals fell through, 3 of those deals were land. They were land. 3 of those deals were land. Now my first ever deal was 1.5 acres of land that I
Wow.
held. And I made my first deal was like $3,000.
Okay.
Like $3,000. And then my next one on the next lot was like 18,000 on the spring.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
Ball.
And then I did another one. It was almost like maybe like 22 acres or like 25 acres, something like that. And it was a really big payday as well. And I was just like, okay, I like this land thing. And I just started looking up land. Like I just started looking up land. I started looking up lots, and I just Then I got in, like I was driving around where my were 3 contracts that I had, the ones that fell through. I was driving around that neighborhood to find builders. I mean, serve their buyers. Like, people are always like, oh, how do I find a buyer for my land? Well, go find a builder. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have a network of investors that buy from them for them to build on, or they'll buy it themselves to build and sell, right? So I was driving around the neighborhood, and I found this builder. Well, it was her worker, and he connected us, and we've been cool ever since. Like almost like 2.5, almost 3 years on that relationship. And she finances my bills for me.
Really?
So, right. So like when I'm buying these lots, like when I'm using some of my wholesale money, then on the next one I buy my lots. She's financing the build. We either build to sell or we build to rent. She's taken care of after the transaction at the end, right?
All right. So that was going to be my follow-up question. I was going to ask you, being that you're developing on the land, I was going to ask you, how do you build your capital? Was it private capital, hard money? But that's a relationship, right?
Yeah, it's a relationship, right? Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, coming from her. But I actually have another mentor that has been doing building for like 33 years, like old school cat. But he is showing me a different way to do the financing, where the financing is going to be through the bank. And we're going to leverage the land to go through the bank to where, you know what I mean? Like I'm using that as the collateral to get, what I need to get on, like for the build. Right.
Okay.
It comes with like a financial advisor is coming with, like him coming with the plans and everything of how much it's going to cost to build, what we're building, how much is going to, just the whole 9 yards, and a lot, we already have the buyer who's going to buy too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, the market, yeah.
Specifically, is this just in Texas, in Dallas, Texas?
Yeah, right now it's just in Dallas, right? Yeah, but I want to create that as a system once I get it down packed here to do it in multiple cities. Like that's what I want to do. Just like, and I'm focusing on it so hard to where I can create this system and just duplicate this all over like different areas and show people too. Like I don't care about sharing the knowledge. I can show you exactly what I'm doing. It's just like I don't have all the pieces in your state or your city because that's a network, that's a relationship base. You know what I'm saying? But once I get the system down here to where I'm learning the different ways from hard money or private money or that relationship money, how we can get that in and duplicate that in other cities. Like that's something I want to, I'm saying?
I think that's super dope. You got such a knowledge base that's like, it's rare. So like, that's a lot of game right there. So I think you would be able to duplicate it to different cities, but
I hope so. Yeah, because I got a lot of people all over everywhere, but I want to show them like, okay, you buy this lot, then these are the next steps that we do for you to get the funding. So I want it to be just like for them, like where I just buy the lot, I pay for my plans, my permits, and my closing costs. That's it.
That's why I want to ask you. So what does that look like? Because I think for many of us, like for instance, me, I would be like, oh my goodness, it's probably so much to be a developer. Like I'm ways away from that. That take time. Let me focus on this. So what does that look like in terms of, you get the lot, you buy the lot. Now I got to pay for materials, or are you just, getting your contract? How does that work?
Okay, so with me and my builder, I'm an investor. I don't have time to get my GC license, to get a team, to get a trades, all this stuff. I still work my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 funds, my businesses at the moment, right?
Nice.
So for me, it's kind of like with her and I, like what we do is when I buy the land is in my business name. Like I said, I pay for my plans, I pay for my permits, I pay for my closing costs. I do a contract with her in order for us to like go through her provider where she's building, where she has that relationship for the funding. I have I signed that over to her to where she's then building on that. After we build and we sell it, it's already sold because the realtor that we go through already has pre-approved people for the house that we're building.
Okay.
So the product that they're getting is just if that person is already pre-approved. A lot of times they're on a waiting list.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't because we're doing affordable housing. We're doing anything under $250.
Nice.
250.
Wow, so it's also a social aspect to it. I didn't know you were doing affordable housing as well.
Yeah. Anything under 250, right? Exactly. So
That's
like, yeah. So when she does that and it's like already sold, when they get their loan, you know what I'm saying? They get their loan amount, and say for instance, their loan is okay. I could do the numbers. I'll do the numbers on the one I'm doing now. So like, my lot was 20,000.
okay.
Um, the permits, plans, like closing costs, like all that stuff, it's around like 10,000 total that I'm gonna have to come in. So I'll be all in 30,000.
Okay.
So 30,000, and then the new build is gonna cost me 125. And then like the area, the house that we're like, she already like listed, like did whatever.
Uh-huh.
So that's 155. She did it for 210.
Okay.
So the lady that her realtor has, like the realtor that we have on our team, she's gonna do it for 210. So that's 210 minus the 155.
Yeah, that's a nice little payday.
So it's
Now,
like
how long does it
55,000.
take for these new builds to complete?
Like 3 to 4 months.
That's not bad at all. Wow. And these are your standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or?
3 bedroom, 2 bath. My floor plan is actually a 4-2. 4-2.
Oh wow. That's super dope. So are you sticking to just one zip code, one area? Is it like a cluster, or are you all over Dallas?
Nope, I stick to one zip code. I bust down zip codes. I just become a bigger fish in a smaller pond. Nope.
Okay.
I don't get all crazy because DFW is a metroplex. So we have Dallas, we have Mesquite, we have Lancaster, we have DeSoto, Duncanville, Cedar Hill. We have so many cities because it's a metroplex.
Yeah.
And then it's the same thing on the Tarrant County side, which is Fort Worth. So then you got Fort Worth, you got Arlington, you got Grand Prairie. Like they're all within Tarrant County, but they're small cities, who have their own governments. Yeah. And so it's a metroplex. It's not, not like just Cleveland, or not like just, what I'm saying, David, Toledo, or whatever. It's not like that. It's an entire metroplex. And so it can get very overwhelming because it already got overwhelming to me. I tried to do that. In 2016, 2017, I tried to take on the entire metroplex. You just can't do it. I can't do it.
That's interesting. It's
not if I can't do it, I don't want to do it.
No, I feel you. Yeah, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Stick
Correct.
to it. That's really good. So what does that look like okay, so you all in personally 30 racks, and then you got your builder, and it's going to cost her 125. So what does that split look like in terms of, and even after the fact, well, you're not holding it, so it's a sell at the end, so that's your exit. So yeah,
her profit, her OMP, her OMP is in the 125.
Oh, I see.
Her OMP is in the 125. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
No, my profit is the part that's on top. So whatever it ends up selling for. So like, just like on the first one, it's a learning lesson. It's for me to, because really, I mean, like 20,000 was good on a lot. I wish I would have got it like, really for like 17 or 15.
Yeah.
Try to get it as low as possible, or like nothing more than like 20% of your bill cost.
I see.
And then the 125, it actually was cheaper. It was on me. I was delaying, just, again, being afraid, like just with different stuff, because it's a different level. I'm not just wholesaling. Like this is large amounts of money that, that's going into other stuff. And so I'm just like, but I kind of waited a little bit, and then stuff went up. It was at like 120, 120, like 118, 120 to build. But then I have like another builder, he's quoting me like 110, but it's different for the financing though, because she's financing it. So it's a little bit of an upcharge, but that's the price I'm paying for, like, as an investor. Some people may say, oh, it's crazy, you could build it yourself. No, I can't, because I'm not gonna go get a GC license. I'm not about to go get trades and learn. Like, I'm not doing all of that. Like, I know how to build a house, but I'm not gonna do like the whole entire process because I don't have.
Girl, you know how to build a house? I ain't doing enough.
No. It's because my grandpa used to build houses from the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super dope. So like, how was that? I know that feeling, it probably was a feeling of overwhelming, but like after the fact, I know that had to be like an exhilarating feeling, like once you was completed, and that gave you a proof of concept, right? Like, how was it nerve-wracking at first, like doing your first development deal?
I mean, it's like nerve wracking. Like we're in the process. Like because she was waiting on me. Like I just had a lot of stuff going on personally, and like all this. Like we literally just closed like with the stuff on the financing, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Dope. Well, congrats
Mm-hmm.
on that.
But yeah,
Congrats.
thank you. But yeah, but that one. But I have more lots. Like I've just been, not hoarding lots, but I have been just buying other lots. So after this one, we'll be going to the next one.
Okay.
And
That's super
so
dope.
I want to get a few of them done, and then I'll start building to rent. Like that's what I want to do.
Okay, so that's interesting you said that because you probably follow Aisha Selden on Twitter?
I love Aisha. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really big on like don't sell nothing, hold
Right.
everything.
Well, I wasn't going to, but I had a conversation with a good friend, and they advised me to sell because the market right now in Dallas is hot. So with me building to sell with this one, I'm only gonna do it for like only maybe like 3 or 4 of the lots. That's it. Any of the other lots will build to rent.
Now
I'm also in another market to where I have a builder there where like it's a cheaper market and I can get the lots a lot cheaper. I mean, I'm talking about less than $10,000 cheaper.
wow,
So,
that's a big difference.
Right. And so there, with me getting the lots less than 10,000 cheaper, I can build to rent there, no problem.
Really?
Partner with government on subsidy housing and just, just move on. Like, and that's kind of what I want to do because Dallas market is really on fire to where like already if that house could sell for like the 210 or, we already have a contract in for the 210 just with the renderings already, it's like, okay, that's fine. But like, I did think about keeping it. I keep going back and forth with myself about keeping it because I'm like, to sell for 210. I'm like, in 10 years, it's going to be crazy. Like, so that's kind of where I went back and forth. But no, I'm going to build to sell on these first few. And then after that, in that other market that I'm talking about where they're cheaper, I'll build to rent there.
And I think that's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, for instance, I think that a lot of people frown down and look down upon wholesaling because they like, you could have bought the property and you just getting a finder's fee. So like even I think it's good to build capital. So even on these first few sales, you could look at it like, oh man, I wish I could hold it. But you got a strategy, you got a plan. You have a plan to hold the others in the next zip code.
Correct. Right.
Exactly. That's all it means to
That's exactly what it is, right? And I just kept going back and forth because I'm like, man, I don't want to sell shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I want to build the capital up.
Yeah.
Because like I don't do volume. You know what I'm saying? I don't do volume. I just, I'm still on this grind. Like, like the million is the marker. And it's just, just constantly stacking that capital to where I can get into larger projects. Sure. Because with development, it's just building. You know what I'm saying? It's just like building, but like, cause they're already infill lots. Like the development that I want to get into, like that's large and that's going to take a lot of money and I'm not there yet.
You want to do buildings?
Yeah, like I want to do like a whole like communities is like what I want to do. Like I want to do entire communities where like land isn't, it's nothing yet. And then we go in, we develop it, you know what I'm saying? We subdivide the lots, we sell off lots, to builders or whatever, and they come in and build and, whole communities. That's the type of development that I want to get into. But I understand, starting from this level of building, a few, properties right now, working on a townhouse one right now with another like larger lot to where we could probably put, anywhere from like maybe like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 like townhouses on there. That would be
that's dope. You well on your way, girl. Don't beat yourself up. Build that capital. You got a plan. So
for sure.
Are you familiar with, well, I don't think he works in a single family space, but I think he does just apartment buildings. But are you familiar with this brother named Brandon Rule?
Yeah, I love Rule. Yeah. Yeah, I love his I listen to him on Earn Your Leisure and I've been just like stalking him like a hawk. Like him, Chris, like I talk to them all the time. Just want to learn from them in that space. And of course, like, I mean, I'm not the person to where like I use all of my resources and it could be because I'm like, 30 plus whatever, but I'm just not, I don't need the hand holding. Like I'm going to use my resources. I'm going to use the information. And once I get it, then I'm going to present it to them and come to them, you know what I'm saying, with the other stuff that's
For
needed,
sure.
I'm lacking. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
And so,
good. You gotta be prepared.
yeah, exactly.
That's cool. That's cool. So, my bad. I'm just so intrigued about this land stuff. So, what does your lead generation look like? How does that work?
So do it by zip codes. Remember I told you, so like the cold callers that I have and the lead generation VA that I have, she's in Egypt. She's awesome.
Oh, she in Egypt? That's where these
Yes,
pictures from. I went to Cairo and Hurghada in Egypt.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's super dope.
Yeah. But she's in Egypt, and then I have another VA in Canada. What he does for me, he pulls the information from the county. So I deal directly with lists from the county. I also use Propelio. Propelio is really good for me to analyze different things like that, and keeping it all organized. It all goes in there. But Propelio also have land lists now. So they have lists that you can pull for land. I pull that list off in there by my zip codes that I work on. So I don't pull it for the entire Dallas. I just pull it for the specific zip that I'm working on. Right, exactly. And so that plus what the my VA from Canada pulls from the county, and he compiles it, like cleans it up for me. He knows the markers that I like. I've done videos and trained him on, what I need, and he sends it over. Once he sends it over, then it goes to the VA that's in Egypt, to where she then does like all the skip tracing, all the other stuff.
A lot of the system, you got a funnel.
Not yet. I mean, I'm tweaking it. Like it's not running like how I want it to run, like super smooth. It's just for now, because like I'm still super active in it, which is fine to me. Like I said, I don't care, like, because, well, I do care because like I want to get away from active income. So like for me, 9 to 5 and this being super active, but I love it though.
Yeah.
I love it too. Like I love being on
post about passive versus residual income. I said, yeah.
Oh my goodness, girl. Like I hate one more person say that.
Tell you was fed up.
I was like, yo, like residual income is not an actual income. It's the residue. Like, I don't, but like people that smoke, like it's the residue. Like it's what's left over.
Yeah. I get it. That's funny.
Not an actual income. But no, so I'm just, I am still really active in it. But like I said, I like it. Like I like door knocking still. I like driving for dollars, like whatever. Like I like it. Like I love it.
Real estate purist. That's dope. Huh? I say you're a real estate purist. You still?
Yeah. I like it. Like I like it a lot. But with that, when they do that, then it goes to the cold callers that I, have working these zip codes for me, and they're making calls, and that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Acquisition side, because I'm working on now teaching them how to actually analyze land and what they need to look for when making an offer. That's the next step that we're working on now. So just trying to build systems and get them up together, because everybody be talking about systems, but it's about systems. Like, but I do have a process, what I'm saying? But I just need to get these systems working like completely, but it'll still need me, because like we're not dispoing. We dispose sometimes, but not all the time. Like, it's picking the low fruit. Like, and it's certain properties that I'm like, no, I want that. So I'm going to go find that person. So that's how I do it. So yeah.
One of the things that from the course that I had with that land profit generator with Jack Bosch, it seems as though is it difficult for you to pull comps for land, like within a certain radius? Is it difficult, being that it's not a structure?
It depends. Like for me, I know the zip codes that I'm working. So when it's the acreage though, like, certain stuff that's rural right now, yes, sometimes that can be difficult. But when it's in the city, like in DFW, like where, in Fort Worth, like, when I know the area. So like, I know what stuff over there is selling for. Okay. As far as the new builds, because you want to focus on what the new builds too are building for, to know what you get the land for. So, if a house is selling for, if it's doing like, 190, 210, 220, whatever, you don't need to be over 30,000 for a lot. It's too high. It's cutting into your profit, because you have to think about the bill cost plus the land cost.
Makes sense.
What I'm saying? other costs that you have, holding costs. If you're not already have a realtor like mine, they already got people pre-approved for who wants a new build. But not everybody does. Everybody don't have like it already sold before. Like our stuff is sold before it even breaks ground. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you got to get it like that, and that just comes from relationships. It just comes from relationships. Like, it's not something that I can teach. Like, people be asking me, I'm like, it's not something I can teach you. Like, I literally got out here, I drove around, I found builders, I found people. Like, I talk to people all the time. Like, Houston, for FEMA doing the stuff, whatever. But it's like, at the same time, I still did the driving for dollars on Labor Day on my day off.
In Houston?
Yeah, I did it in Houston. And found like a few like handymen, like stuff like it's just like people that you will need if you see a sign, write it down.
Right.
Never call them and tell them like, hey, I saw your sign, blah blah blah. Add that person to your network. Like, I don't know about you, but or anybody else, but I have a not just my phone, but I have an Excel spreadsheet of people that's in network, because it's not people that I talk to all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's people that I may need for something they were listed. You know what I'm saying? For whatever you do on a Excel spreadsheet. Yeah.
You're a grinder. That's what's up, man. And it's all your net worth is determined by your network. So that's super dope.
Exactly.
So staying on the real estate, I wanted to talk about your experience with mobile homes. I follow, you probably familiar too. You familiar with Mobile Home Elite? It's a husband.
Yeah. I bought their course. Shout out to them. They dope. Yeah.
Super dope. Okay. So so you bought the course. So I wanted to talk to you about your experience with, mobile home investing. I noticed that you had you do it on the owner finance, right?
Yeah, but I actually I haven't closed the deal on owner finance with mobile homes.
Okay.
I've been getting into the part of like marketing to it. Like my boyfriend, he had been talking to me about mobile homes for a long time, and I never was like,
I think we all do that. We turn our nose.
But he was all like into it, like whatever, but he never took like, the jump or the step with it or whatever. And then when I started seeing Byron and Charnice all the time, and then Tara was talking about it, Jasmine, Ahmad, like all of them talking about it on the timeline and stuff, I'm like, man, let me look at this course again, like whatever, like look at this course. And so like I did one of their webinars again, and I bought the course. So I tell him about it. And like just now, so like, we make the calls to park owners, like all this stuff. But Monday when I was here, that's where we went driving for dollars at. So we did a whole bunch of parks or whatever. And so when we did the parks, we called today. We have something set up with one of the park managers for this one. Somebody had just moved out, and they just moved out. And so it's just like, it may be for sale. And that's just something that the neighbor told me. The neighbor was out and he gave me the number, but I called a few of the parks like today, and so did he. He called a few too. So, and we got like a meeting like with one of the park managers. So
with that,
for my first deal.
Huh?
I'm excited for my first deal with a mobile home.
That's super dope. So what's your exit strategy with that? Is it to sell it? Are you trying to flip it?
I mean, it'll be pretty much the same thing. Like, it's gonna be the same thing like with traditional. Like, either depending on how much I can get it for. I know investors that buy in this area and in Dallas area. So either we'll sell it to them, or we'll rent to own it or owner finance it.
Okay.
Like, I've done an owner finance deal with single family, so like I know what that looks like. Yeah. It's just different with this. The numbers are just lower. That's it.
That's right.
So numbers are just lower. Like, but it's the same thing. But for me, it's just like this is an easier entry for like lower capital for to get like a regular single family. But even just like with land, like with lots, it's an easier entry to get the lots. Same with mobile homes. So that's my only focus in real estate. I'm only focusing on where we're driving for dollars or calling park managers because I want to get that first deal with the mobile homes to build up that cash flow, and then the stuff with the lots and building. That's all I do.
Okay.
I don't do anything else. I don't do nothing with structures no more. Like, I don't do any of that stuff. Like, I focus on the lots and the land, like all that stuff, and I focus on the stuff with the mobile homes now. That's it.
Got you. Have you done any flips? Well, I mean,
I have partnered with my partner to do 2, and it's not my ministry. I do not like it.
Really? Why so?
Because my back was hurting when I was in there cutting towel. It's not. I don't like it.
Oh, you was actually. Oh, you was
Yeah,
in.
we was in it.
You was in
We
the
was in it.
trenches.
I was
Oh,
in.
okay. Yeah. No. No. No.
We was in the bando. We was in the bando, and it's not. That's not my ministry. That's not what I like to do. No.
Hey, well, what's the saying? Sometimes you got to go through some.
No, no, no. It was great for him. Like, I mean, he loved it. Like, but
Okay.
and they like, the prophet, like whatever did well, like whatever for him. But just on that, like, nah, bro. That's my life. I don't want to do that. Nope.
Cool. Girl, I was going through all the stuff that you involved in, and I just was like, damn, that's super. I thought I did a lot. You know how people ask you, oh, what you do? It's like, where do I start? I got you down.
I think because I think what people didn't realize, like this, like my main focus is like my 9 to 5, or what I do with FEMA as a construction analyst and real estate. That is it. Like all other stuff in addition, like the vending machines with my brother and sister, like they do majority of that stuff. Like it's the capital. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
so you're more like a passive investor in these partnerships.
Yeah. Like same thing with and stuff with my dad and them and stuff. They're doing all the operations. Like I'm not doing any of that stuff because I let them know up front. Like I can't, but because I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm meeting these people. I have the network where they don't to get the knowledge on how to do this stuff.
And that's good that you got. Say, you got the money, you got the knowledge, but you got people that you can delegate to actively run the businesses. And that's girl.
Exactly. Because I can't do all of that. No, like my focus is like the stuff with my 9 to 5 using for my real estate. Because that's what I love. And they know that. They know that that's my focus. I tell them that before we even get into it. I focus on this part on the operations to run the actual business. But I have attorneys to where we can do the LLC, we can get the operating agreement set up, we can get the business bank account, work on business credit, blah, blah, blah. I have those things to set up in the capital.
So you got the game plan and it's on them to execute.
Correct, exactly.
That's dope. And the fact that you're able to do it with your family, girl, don't take that. That's a beautiful thing. Everybody ain't got that.
And and I let people know, like, nah, they are partnerships. It's not like, oh, I'm 100% honoring. Like, it's all partnerships. Like, it's fine. Like, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Like, I'd rather be partners with my family, just people in my life that I trust and
that's what it's about.
Now, I believe in them,
How does that look like, though, in terms of, say, for instance, a person that's interested in going into business, it could be a family member or a friend or, just a business partner. How does that structure look like? Like, how did you, if you don't mind sharing, how did you guys structure on paper what that partnership looks like?
It's just evenly.
Okay.
It's even. All of them are even. So, like, with it's been the three of us, me, my brother, my sister, I think 34%, because the 99, like, whatever. So, like, 34, 33, 33. Like,
super dope.
Yeah. Same thing, the trucking thing is the same way. So,
Okay, I know
I'm not that person on, like, where I'm just like, oh, no, I got to have more of the percentage, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not, bro, not that person. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm straight. I'm very blessed to, like, be in the situation that I'm in because I've been at the lowest in other situations. Like, I'm happy to put people on with stuff. Now, not all my family can go or come to whatever because they don't have the mindset with it. If they had the mindset with it and they wanted to put in the work or, like, they wanted to do whatever, yeah, it's fine. But I can't hold your hand. I can't, like, do all this stuff. Like, you have to do the research too. Like, you have to put in the time. You got to put in the hours. Like, I put in a lot of hours. Like, people don't realize that. Like, I put in a lot of hours of doing this. And so you got to do it too. Like, like, it just can't be me doing it. Like, you have to put in hours too. So.
That's real. I respect that for sure. I noticed also you're a mobile notary, right? Did you?
Yes.
Did you take Brother Andre Hatchett's course?
I did not. Like, I everybody was talking to me about Andre after, like, I took the course that I took. I never saw Andre's course before I took Mark Willis' course, loan signing systems. And it's an amazing course. Taught us everything about how to be a notary signing agent. And then it taught us how to build a 6-figure business, which my notary business is not 6 figures yet.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's not 6 figures yet, but he taught us how to, you know, do marketing and stuff directly to title companies and different things like that, to where we can get the direct signings and build a business behind it, you know. So yeah, I didn't use Andre, but he's great. I talk to Andre all the time, but like, yeah, he's pretty cool, really
He's
cool.
super supportive, man. Like the
He
first
is.
time I put my ebook up, like I hadn't even known him. I don't even think I was following him yet. And like he was one of my first customers. I'm like, who's this guy that just bought my book? I just posted the book. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
he's really cool. Like, I like him a lot. He was telling me about because I get a lot of DMs and like on all platforms, and so he was kind of helping me to figure out if I wanted to do like one-on-one consultations, or if I wanted to kind of do like an ebook or like a course, like a one-time course, and just me teaching people how to do like the lots or the land or whatever, while because I, you know, kind of leverage your 9 to 5 with it. He was saying just do like a one-time thing, whatever, to where like they just pay for it. You know, it's a class, and that's actually a really good idea. But you know, I really don't like, to be honest with you, like I don't like the whole like education space like that.
Same here.
To it because I'm not trying to be like, I'm not a guru, like I'm not nothing like that. Like I'm just out here doing what I do, like, and having fun, living life. Like that's what I'm out here doing. So
No, but I agree with you, and I felt the same way. I feel like it's just saturated, specifically in wholesaling. Like, yeah, I don't need another course for me. The market
it's too much. Yeah,
Right.
it's too much.
But I will say, for the knowledge base that you have in terms of your experience with the new builds, like I know I will buy your course, consultation, whatever you offer, because that's something I would definitely. I think that's the market needs that. That's not a saturated market.
Right.
So yeah, let's talk. I know you got this transportation partnership as well. Can we get a little bit into that and what that looks like and what's the vision?
Okay. Yeah, so with my dad has his CDL, and my sister, she's currently incarcerated. While she was incarcerated, she's currently incarcerated now, but she's up for parole right now. We're hoping that she gets out by October, but we'll see. But while she's been in there, she wrote a business plan where, you know how I wholesale houses. She was helping me before she got locked up. Biggest supporter, like, I mean, helping me out. Don't need no money up front, like none of that. Like she just down the ride with whatever. We putting out bandit signs, writing letters, making calls. My sister's right there.
Yo, you got a ride or die family. I rock with your family already.
Yeah. So like they're just very supportive. But like yeah, so you know, everything with my sister. So she writes a business plan like while she's off in there. And so she's like, you know, she's really into cars. Like I'm not really into cars, but her and my dad are into cars. And so she says she wants to do like the dealer's license with flipping the cars, you know what I'm saying, from auction. But with her having a background too, but with both of them having backgrounds being felons, like I'm the only one with the, you know, FBI security clearance background. I've never been in trouble. So I'm like, okay, well, I can get the dealer's license and y'all just work under my license. That's where the partnership came from, because I have the background to be able to get the license, you know what I'm saying, for them to work under my license. You know, I was just like, oh, let me get into auto dealership. Like, I don't even like, I mean, I like cars, but not to like, you know, no, I don't know enough about them to be like, oh, that's a good one or that's not. They do. Okay. So, and they have the network to where a lot of people, you know, with their network buy cash cars. So that's what she wants to do when she comes home. She also wants, of course, help me with whatever I need help with the wholesaling and the new builds and the lots and stuff. And so she was like, you know, she wants to do that. And then with my dad, we're working on getting a truck for him. We're probably end up doing like a hot shot first. That's something a little bit more feasible for us right now versus like the 18-wheeler. So got some stuff on that. I think we're gonna do that one first, do the hot shot first. Yeah.
You know what? I had been looking at starting a new business, or, you know, I guess I'm addicted to multiple streams. And one of the things that, and you should follow this channel. It's this brother, his name is, his channel name is Casino is the name. I know his name ain't Casino, but his channel name is Casino is the name, but he talks extensively about hot shot trucking. And, but I also fell into, it's this young lady, her name doesn't come to mind, but it's a sister. And she was on YouTube talking about transporting vehicles, a vehicle transporter.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was also this, but I ended up deciding to go with the dumpster trailer, basically junk removal. So I just bought a dumpster, and I just bought a two F-250 as well. So my partner got.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I was gonna do the hot shot trucking way, and I was thinking about dispatching. It was just so many things, but the trucking
In
is.
transportation, it's so many things. And
Yeah.
that's what I was telling my dad. I was like, Dad, like it's so many different things. And he's just like, yeah, baby girl, we can just, do, like, cause he this and that, cause he has his CDL and he's been driving for years, like all this stuff, but he just wants his own or for like us to, do something with that. And I'm like, Daddy, the operation side. I have to know and understand the business side. And don't understand it. I don't know it. So, I want to reach out to, do I reach out to Hood Estates for, their trucking, how they do it their way? Do I reach out to it's the lady called the Trucking Guru?
Oh, yep. Yeah, I want to bring her on the podcast.
Yeah, she's dope. She's from Dallas. She's from out here.
Really?
Yeah, she's from Dallas. When she opened her mouth, you can tell she's from Dallas. Like, tell she's from Dallas. And all this stuff. Like, yeah, she's so cool. Like, I love Kiera. Like, she's really, really cool. And but
that's
yeah,
the one to be on the road with her son, right?
No, Kiera don't. No, Kiara started with dispatching. She started with dispatching, and then she has a freight broker service, and she's a fleet owner.
Oh, yeah, that's super dope.
Started with dispatching. She tells everybody, if you don't have any knowledge, start a dispatching company. Then you can start like you can get you some fleets from the money that you're making in dispatching. So yeah, she's really, really dope. But yeah, she's from out here. She's real cool. But yeah, she became a millionaire from dispatching.
Wow, that's super. That's super dope.
Yeah, but yeah, with the transportation though, like I like it's so much stuff. Like even the escorting, when you have the big overloads coming and those little cars that's just a small business that owns those things. That's escorting them through the city.
Wow.
Escorting company, like it's so many different ways. You can deliver auto parts. You know what I'm saying, from the dealerships to the local mechanic shops.
Well, basically what you're saying for the listeners, there's a million ways to get it. You just got to get it.
Yeah, it's a million ways to get it. Like, it is, y'all. Like, it's crazy. I didn't know that with transportation because that's not my lane. That was my sister and my dad lane, but because of their background situation, and like for me, like it ain't no knock. If you got a background, bro, let's figure out a way. Let's figure out a person like even like me who got a good background. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if they need to get the dealer's license for you just to work under it. Like you don't got to be like, oh man, I got the background, I got the felony. Man, start you a business, homie.
Right. And real talk, if having a record is what pushes you to entrepreneurship, hey, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you just got to make it work for you.
We're gonna get it by what I should say. We're gonna get it by any means. I forgot what she said. She said we're gonna get the bag one way and another, like not one way and. One way and another. Exactly.
Speaking of Dallas, y'all got some heavy hitters. Are you familiar with this? Going back to real estate, this company called T. Dallas Smith Company. They've done over $15 billion of commercial transactions.
Is it the brokers?
Yeah, they black.
Yeah. I've seen them in one of the articles. Yeah, I read about them. Yeah.
Oh, super dope.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Right. All right. What else did I want to hit? Oh, so obviously I'm always trying to connect with both black men and black women doing their thing in real estate. I follow I think she's your partner, Sierra Nicole.
Oh yeah, she's one of my co-founders for the association that we just started. Yes.
Yeah, the local RIA, right? In Dallas.
Yes. In Dallas, yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Like I said, Dallas is doing dope things. Can you talk a little bit about the DFW Black Real Estate Investors? Basically a RIA.
Yeah, it's a RIA, but yeah, it's just a Black Real Estate Investors Association. So basically, like we co-founded this. It's 5 of us. It was my ideal, and they just helped me to spearhead it, and they're just great. They're amazing. I'm glad all of them, like we're just like family. Like we actually all hung out like a Saturday for like Labor Day. And so went over a lot of ideas for the website we're building. We have a guy that's building a custom website for us, which is going to be for members only. So it will be like password protected. for those who are members to come into it, because it's going to be certain things that only members will have access for. So, you know, the content and any education that we talk about or we do, it's coming from our network. So if people want to learn a little bit more about, like, I don't know, like mobile homes or anything like that, like we may reach out to, you know, mobile home elite investors, or, you know, I may have Jazz or Ahmad on, or Tara, like talking to our members, you know, maybe like a little, you know, step-by-step thing for them or whatever. It's just going to be different content on what they can do, because everybody is always talking about wholesaling. Like, we're not really going to focus on wholesaling unless you want to. Like, you can, but it's a lot of people that have 9-to-5s. They want to get in real estate, but they have to quit their job, and you do not have to quit your job. You don't wholesale. You can literally just save your 20% and go buy a turnkey for a rental, like, or whatever it may be, you know, just to get you a rental property. You don't necessarily have to go the route of wholesaling. Like, I don't know why everybody has that idea in their head, but you don't have to do that. You can start with Airbnbs. I don't know, like, but we just kind of want to focus on that. Sierra is great because she does a lot of the content and marketing. She's really great in that aspect. That is not my ministry.
Me either, girl.
Yeah, that is not my ministry, but Sierra's really great with that. Like, I know she does TikToks a lot. She's the youngest out of the group.
Oh, okay. She be doing TikTok too? That's what's up.
Yeah, she be doing the TikToks. Yeah, she hit like almost like a little bit over like I think like 16 million on one, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she did like really, really good. And she's built her business, created up from the ground up for their trucking company. Her and her husband has a trucking company, and they built their business, created from the ground up. So she teaches people like that, and she's starting our business created for, you know, the association, for us to do for our events and different things like that. But we all have different businesses and stuff, so we're not making money from this. It's just a networking event for the Black investors, or aspiring to be, in the Metroplex.
That's super dope. Sounds like it's gonna be a really dope resource. And then I noticed one of the things you guys said, that it's going to focus on group economics as well. So do you guys plan to do like some crowdfunding?
Yes, I want us to, exactly. Actually, we're working on actually like 2 properties right now, to where us as a group, because the problem where it's going to be hard, because we're a networking group, that's then when we have the networking events are free. We're saying what it is, this and that, and then you can become a member. When you become a member, that's where we're having the private meetings for different, you know what I'm saying, for us to like connect and do different like deals and stuff together. But you also have the networking part. Like, if you have a smaller deal yourself on the side and you need the money for it, hey, well, this group right here, you know, may have the passive money for you to, you know, fund your deal or whatever it may be. Like, I don't know, you know, but the group economics portion is for us to get into development. Like, it's around DFW, it's a lot of property that's for sale, like 16 acres, 20 acres, 30 acres.
Really?
You know what I mean? And it's just like nobody be buying and stuff. And yeah, because it's expensive, or you need the capital for it. But us coming together, we're stronger in numbers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that may look like a crowdfunding situation. That may look like, you know, where it may only be like 10 of us coming up with 50,000 or 60,000 each, or whatever it may be, 10,000, 5,000. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know the numbers. It depends on the deal. You know, but I just want it to be a space where we are collectively learning, educating, investing, and building wealth through, you know, with each other, and group economics, you know. So hopefully it goes well. It's been difficult because of trying to find a venue right now, because we got over like almost like 380, like maybe to 400 like emails, like, and we haven't been doing any marketing. That was just from the launch. So when we send that out, that is people, you know, to come to the networking event. That's a lot of people. Not saying, oh, 300 or 380 or 340 gonna come, but it's like, you still want to make sure you have enough for if people do start to RSVP and it's that many people. But yeah, so it's just been hard kind of getting a venue right now. So we're gonna send out a
virtually.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna send out a survey to see if people would, you know, if they don't mind doing a Zoom, you know, like a meet and greet, you know, for us to kind of talk about what the group is about, like the membership fees, different things like that. and just any questions that people want to ask, or, your investing knowledge level or whatever. We're just going to send out a survey and see, but we kind of wanted to do that and maybe have a summit or something, or like a panel, like something really maybe at the top of the year. Once we figure out what everybody wants to learn, we can then reach out to our networks to get those speakers to come and maybe talk. We have a studio out here in Dallas, so we'll see. But yeah,
that's super dope. It sounds like y'all got a plan. That's for sure. I think that's a great thing.
but freaking COVID.
Yeah, I know, girl. I know. That put a dent in a lot of people's plans. So obviously you're involved in, a lot of businesses. Well, your passion being real estate, and you like your day job. And I think it's really inspiring too for people that, don't necessarily want to leave their day job. I feel like the narrative, I see it a lot on Twitter as well. Like, we kind of shame people that's like, oh, you work for the man. It's like, not everybody hate their job, bro. Like, you can do both. And like one of your tweets, you mentioned that, you can have a 9-to-5 and invest. It's not one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think you can do both.
You can do both and be successful at both, and love and be just as passionate at both. So I think that's important for here for sure.
Yeah, I love my 9-to-5. I like my 9-to-5 a lot. I'm helping people. A lot of people lost their homes, they lost their properties. I don't do the individual assistance side. I do public assistance. So I work with the cities, the counties, the entities, the government entities. But when I'm helping these cities and counties and roads departments get back on their feet, funding, it's helping the people directly. You know what I'm saying? So for me to do that and write these grants and do the property damage assessments and all this stuff, it's helping people. And that's what I do in real estate too. Like, I help people out of certain financial situations that they're in. By buying some land for them that may have had back taxes on it. If they've inherited a property and they don't know what to do with it, but they want to make some money off of it, I may partner with them. Or I may just buy it from them outright. So it just depends, but I just like helping people. So that's what I'm doing with my 9-to-5. I get paid very well. The government is really easy, laid back, chill. I have 3-day holiday. Yeah, I have 3-day weekends, you know what I'm saying? Like, every other weekend I'm off 3 days. So like, great benefits. I have no complaints. Like, it's fine, for the time being. I'm not trying to work here forever. Like, no, I'm 32. I don't plan on being here forever. I want to retire my mom and my dad first, and then I'll go on. I'll retire at least probably. I kind of want to retire about 40. That's always been my age. I want to retire at age 40. So we'll see.
Respect. That's you. Well on your way, girl. Well on your way. Okay. I wanted to talk about, being a woman entrepreneur, being a woman boss. What's been some of your challenges? Like, even in business, has it been maybe you're met with some sexism, and even in terms of negotiation? What's been your experience in terms of being a woman boss?
My experience being a woman boss, especially in real estate is a male dominated industry. It's kind of hard. Like, when I first started, I got played by 2 male investors where I lost upwards almost to like about $20,000 on a deal. And it was just a learning lesson, and just learning the slick talk and all of this and all of that, and just, learning not to show all your cards, different things of that nature. But I was very trusting, just wanted to, just to network with everybody, but it doesn't work like that. It's not, a fairy tale or anything like that, but they are very, the sexist, like, just the comments where it's just like, well, no, bro, like, this is just about business. I'm not trying to get with you. I'm not trying to go on a date with you. None of that. Like, I'm in a relationship, a committed relationship. So I'm not, and people may not know that because they're like, oh, I didn't know you were, well, it ain't your business to know. Like, it's not a secret. It's my personal business. I don't put my personal business online because it's not for y'all to know. Like, you know what I mean? That's my personal business. Now, my personal friends, may say like you, I talk to you offline. So like, you may know that stuff. Sure. You may know personal things about me or whomever, but not everybody knows it,
For sure.
But I've gotten that a lot of times. The negotiating, not so much. With men, when I talk to men, they are actually very welcoming, versus me talking versus like if my partner who's a male talk to them. Men is more comfortable talking to them, and women are comfortable talking to me too. But it's different when a man talks to me. Negotiating, it's a lot easier, or I guess they just prefer to talk to a woman. Negotiating is like a man, maybe, I don't know, but nobody has been rude or disrespectful, like sellers, I'm saying, but buyers, other investors, definitely disrespectful for sure.
Yeah, I kind of got similar experience for sure. Okay.
Yeah, they do it all the time. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. Well, this real estate stuff and trucking stuff has been a great conversation. I wanted to talk a little bit because For the Culture is all about duality. So we talk some fun stuff too. Not saying real estate ain't fun. It's fun. I'm having a fun time. Like I love real estate. I know you passionate.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Right. But I know you're a hoops fan, and if I'm reading it right, it seems like you're a Bron fan, right?
LeBron.
Ooh. Hold up.
No, me. Okay, so me, you, and Nita one time before went on a long thread. Y'all. Remember when the Jordan thing came out, and we was like back and forth on this thread. It was Nita and I forget who. It was some other guys from Twitter or whatever. We was all going back, and I was like, man, I don't know, bro. LeBron is great. Don't get it twisted. He's great. You know what I'm saying? He's a GOAT in his own right, but man, it's just when I started playing basketball at age 10. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like I look up to Iverson, I look up to Jordan, I look up to Kobe. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wallace, like stuff like that. The league is soft to me now, bro. Like y'all niggas
facts. But see, the thing for me too, it may be a different affinity too, because we both from Northeast Ohio, me and Brian. So like I've been watching this.
Gotcha.
So he kind of.
That's like your brother. That's like your brother.
Yeah, it's like, go ahead, Brian. I feel like I've been on this journey with him. Like when he was a senior, I was a freshman. So like I just be so tight when people be trying to blow down on him. It's like, bro, hold up, that's the bruh.
No. But I love him as a man, like especially off the court. He's amazing. And what he's doing for back his community, his hometown. I love it. Like and then just on the court too. Like no, he's a beast on the court. I'm not taking that away, but it's like some because I used to hoop. I'm like no, like it's stuff because I used to hoop. I be like, okay, bro, gotta go harder. You know, you're gonna be like, but how much harder can he go? How much harder can he go? I'm like, son, if you got a cramp, you get your ass out there. Like,
but his killer is different. I think we try to compare him to this scorer like MJ and Kobe, and it's like LeBron wants to be. He don't mind passing to Damon Jones. You know what I'm saying? But I get it a lot.
Yeah, but it's like, but sometimes stuff though, like for real, keep it real though. Like some stuff at certain times when I've watched, like he should have been the one taking the shots. Okay. He's a better shooter than them. He's a better scorer than them.
That's fair.
It would have been a moment like where it's like the game, you know what I'm saying, like the game winning shot or whatever it may be, like where it was just like to be clutch. No, LeBron should have took it. You don't give it to JR or whoever who's throwing it down the wrong way. No, you take the shot, bro. Yeah. You're a franchise player. And that's what I don't be liking about Bron. I'd be like, yo, son, what's up? What is up with you?
So like when Steph and KD played together, who should have been shooting last?
I think KD, because I like KD more as a player. Okay. KD is versatile to me. KD can do a lot of different stuff. And Steph can too. Steph is amazing. He's nice. But for me, KD is very versatile. He's very versatile.
That's real.
Nice. Steph is nice. Steph
is a great shooter. The greatest shooter ever. But let's leave it there.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, for me, I think it should have been KD. Because KD's
I agree.
Versatile. He's very versatile. Just like KG. See, I grew up on KG.
Yeah.
He reminds me of KG because he's very versatile. That's how KG was. Like, he was very versatile.
That's true. Speaking of cousin Nita, you know what? You're going to have to holler at her. She mad at me. We had got into it on some J. Cole stuff, and I think she was mad how I handled it, but she blocked me on everything. I like to bring her on the show, though. But
really?
Love for me. Yeah, she mad at me, bruh. And I was like, dang, can we talk about it? All the time I try to talk about it, she blocked me. That's all I love, though. It happens.
Yeah, but I love Nita, man. She crazy. I love people from Ohio. I didn't even know I love people from Ohio. Like, That's like you, Irene, like
Oh, we
Nita,
the
like me.
coolest.
Yeah, I got a couple of other partners that I met at We Live and stuff. Two of my homeboys, they from out there. Like,
Okay.
yeah, just y'all dope out in Ohio, bro. Like, I love it for sure.
For sure.
Like,
I love D-Town too.
yeah,
Well,
because I want a rental property out there, man.
yo, the market is booming for sure. For sure. Definitely maybe we can do something together even. You know, we can definitely work
I'm
that
with
out.
it. I'm with it. We can find something and like partner up on it. Like I'm all about collaboration over competition. So
Yeah, for
that's what's
sure. And the rents has gotten much better too. Like even on because
really
I like Section 8, and the Section 8 is really up to market now. Like
okay.
Cleveland, because the cost of entry is really cheap in the Midwest. I mean, Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Kansas City, St.
Kentucky.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, it's all cheap in the Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we could definitely do something. That'd be dope. All right. So who won in the finals?
I haven't.
You haven't watched? You haven't been watching the
I have
bubble?
not watched one game in the bubble. No,
Oh
ma'am.
wow, I feel you.
Not one game in the bubble. It's all weird to me. It's
Yeah.
just different. Yeah, no. And they're not playing defense. Like it's just like I tell you, it's soft. Like the league is soft, yo.
League is
Like
different for sure.
it's so soft. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they so soft.
The officiating is horrible.
True.
The
That too.
officiating is
That
bad.
too. That's too. But that's just my opinion, you know. I don't know, but people be like, oh, you know, like that. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I used to hoop, like, you know what I mean? Like whatever, you know, all the way to, you know, my freshman year in college. So it's just like, nah, like
Yeah.
you know, it's just, you know, it's just I started making money and like WNBA they don't make money like that. They make money from their endorsements, but once I seen what they made versus what I can make more money as an engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like so
That's real. That's a fact.
so
Like, now I'm gonna go get this bread over here, bro. I can have that hoop shit.
But I hope from time to time, like me and my boyfriend, like he's on his way here, because he's in Houston. We're probably gonna go hoop before the sun go down. Just
Oh, that's dope.
yeah. So we're gonna
Oh,
go do that.
that's bae for real. We be hooping with you. Oh, that's love. Though.
Yeah, like we go hoop, like we do everything. It's like my best friend, like for sure.
That's dope, man. Respect for sure. All right, so we just over an hour here. I know you busy lady, busy woman. I respect you for taking out time to, you know, bless the listeners for the Culture podcast. Closing in here, you got any words of wisdom or words of advice for women, or not just women or men for that matter, that's interested in becoming an entrepreneur or getting involved in real estate specifically?
I would say number one, just don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid of like the unknown. Don't be afraid of like, oh, because like it's too high or it's too this or it's too that. Just do it. Literally, and I mean that. Like I know it's the same from like Nike or anything like that. Literally just go do it. Like when you find a great deal, the money will come. It will follow. It will be so many people that want to place their money in your deal when it's a great deal. So don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the funds. It will come. Mm-hmm. Overanalyze and overthink. Like the analysis paralysis. Don't do it. Yeah. Once you learn it, you get your steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, however many steps it is. Start on the first 2 steps. Mm-hmm. Then reach out to somebody and, you know, now you got a deal or you done got to contact any little tips, then go to the next steps. But don't just keep over analyzing stuff because you'll never start. You'll never start. Because that's what happened to me at first. You know, like I kept over analyzing things. But you got to jump off the porch. You know what I'm saying? Jump off the porch and go get it. Like, and I'm telling you it'll happen. Like it will.
Yeah. Because look at you, you jumped off the porch and now you're a developer, girl. I'm so proud of you. That's super dope. Very inspiring. That's gems right there. That's some free game right there. You right. The importance.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, girl. So one last thing. Where can people find you if you know they want to follow you on your social media handles?
On Twitter, it's the Landlady. 214, so land LAND lady 214. Mm-hmm. Instagram, the Portia Edmund, just the TH Portia and Edmund EDMUN, and then Facebook Portia Edmund, same thing. So.
All right, bet. Well, yeah, you make Make sure you tell Cousin Nita holler at me.
I will. I'm gonna hit her on Twitter. Yeah,
Cool.
Nita be in her own world. Like Nita's so damn dope to me. Like I still never met Nita before. Like I want to
Really?
meet her. I never met her. Yeah, she like dope as hell because she keeps it real. Like not like how other.
And she's authentic.
She's authentic. She's authentic and she's genuine. And like she doesn't do like how these old other like guru type people. Like she tells the real. Like it's like, nah, bro. Like you don't even be needing all that stuff, bro. Like she's real with people. So yeah, I
I
definitely
haven't met her in person either, but we used to talk a lot on social media. She's definitely a dope individual. I respect her for sure. I'm sorry that rap and hip hop is what tore us apart, but I'm gonna run up on her in person.
Was it when J. Cole dropped the that song or whatever?
Nah, it was I don't know if it was that No Name song. It was before that. And she was just like talking real greasy about Cole. Well, first I had started like, why you say that? She was like something Cole boring. And maybe I got too passionate about it and I have talked about it on Facebook. And I would have tagged her about it. I wasn't trying to do no slick shit behind her back, but I didn't think Cousin Nita was on Facebook. And I don't know how she found the post or whatever, but she got mad and she's like, oh, you should have tagged me. And I'm like, girl, I didn't even know you was on Facebook. Then she just like blocked me. I was like, but let's have a conversation. Let's talk about why you think Cole is boring.
Yo, y'all is crazy. See, that's Cleveland, that's Ohio being passionate, because that's how y'all when people don't like Brun. Y'all
that's
because Nita done got me over Brun, man. Like I was like, what? Like, I mean, I don't know. I know she loves Brun, and I know you love Brun. Y'all are huge LeBron fans, which it's I say he's great. It's just certain stuff that I be like, dude, like you gotta take the, you know what I'm saying, the last shot. Because you're the franchise player, you know what I'm saying? But now he's great. Like I said, he's great. He's a GOAT in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like he's amazing off the court.
I'm
like
gonna be sad when he leaves. Now I know you don't watch the NBA as much. That's gonna be the day where I probably fall out.
You think he's gonna like retire or something?
Yes, it's coming to a close. 17 years in, I'm giving him 4 at tops, 4 more seasons.
You think he'll do 20 and be out 20 seasons?
I think he want to play with his son, so that takes him to I think 4 more years. Yeah.
What you mean? He gonna play with Bron?
LeBron Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he want to still be in the league when his son is a rookie.
Really?
I think that's the goal. His son is going to the 10th grade, so yeah, that's 3 more seasons.
Yeah, but don't he got to do a year in college though, right?
Well, no, I think that, I'm an agent as well. That rule is going to be coming off the books here soon. I expect it to change.
Really? Because it came back on the books.
Right.
So it went off, it came back. Because KG like the last person, like him and Kobe, right? And
no, the last one was Dwight Howard, that 05 class. Who all was it?
Got you. And then I remember they changed it. You got to do 1 year and done. Yep. And then
that came around the time they tried to, they implemented the dress code because I guess Allen Iverson was making it too street. It's all politics.
Yep. He changed the game. He did for sure.
He did.
Don't give him his credit for that, but AI changed the game a lot. Hey,
let me ask you just one last question because I debate on social media about this a lot, and I be in my feelings, I guess. Allen Iverson or D Wade? Who was the one to wear who was the better one to wear number 3?
AI.
Thank you.
Period. It doesn't even matter about the rings. Like it don't even matter. He changed the course of basketball.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. Period. Like when you think of number 3, you think of Allen Iverson. I don't think of D Wade.
I don't either. And I hate when people try to implement that ring stuff into. At the end of the day,
I mean, rings are important. Like of course, that's what they're there. Like they're there to win championships. Mm-hmm. But you looking at the flow of what happened in Philadelphia. Philadelphia did the same thing in Cleveland that they did with Bron when he first got there. They did not bring him any help.
That's true.
They did not bring him any help. The reason why Bron got a ring because he left to compile together to get help. Mm-hmm. And if AI would have did that, he would have probably got a ring too. Like, dude had heart. Nobody's messing with AI, period.
I agree. I couldn't say it no better. That's the perfect way to end the show. Fact. Period.
All right. I appreciate you for having me, girl.
You too, girl. This is episode 13 of For the Culture podcast. I'm your girl, the one and only Tate Jordan. Thank you for listening. If you have not already subscribed on podcasting platforms, please do that. Also, hit subscribe on YouTube if you're watching the visuals, and you can follow For the Culture at underscore the number 4 the culture with a K on Instagram. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at one underscore Tay Jordan, Tay Jordan like Mike. Peace and love. Godspeed.